clap now? Oh, My name is Louis Henderson. I'm one member of the artist group, the Living and the Dead Ensemble. We're made up of 10 artists from Haiti, France, and then I'm from England, from the UK. And so I've been making films for quite a long time. For the last about 10 years, I've been working at making documentaries, really, but that I think of within the sort of, as a genre of fiction. Since about the last 7 years, I've been making films that mostly dealt with what I called a kind of archaeological study, or not study, an archaeological approach to histories of European colonialism, mostly on the African continent, and then in recent years I've been working in the Caribbean, in the country of Haiti. But I was interested actually in the different moments throughout history where people have fought against the European colonial project. And with the recent work that I'm showing here at the moment, called Ouvertures, this is a film that looks at the history of the Haitian Revolution that started in 1791 and ended in 1804 with the founding of the first independent black state in the Americas. It's a film that, I was working on for a long time. It started from a sort of literary and historical interest in the country of Haiti. And then after a few years, I started visiting the country. And actually in 2016 was the first time I went to Haiti. And I had an idea of trying to make a film based on a play called Monsieur Toussaint, which is a play about the life of one of the leaders of the Haitian Revolution called Toussaint Louverture. The play is written by a philosopher from Martinique called Édouard Glissant, and it's written in French. And I wanted to go to Haiti and try and work with some people from the country at putting on a performance of this play. And at that time I was working with a producer and writer called Olivier Marboeuf, who is from and based in, he's from Paris, but he's based in Rennes. And anyway, we ended up meeting somebody in Haiti called Rossi Jacques Casimir. Rossi is a slam poet and writer, and he used to be a rapper from Port-au-Prince in Haiti. And I engaged in a conversation with him in around 2016 about my desire to make this project of putting on this play, Monsieur Toussaint by Édouard Glissant. And Rossi actually said to me, if we're going to make this play, the first thing we will have to do is translate it into Haitian Creole. So Haiti used to be a French colony called Saint-Domingue, and the language they speak there is Haitian Creole, but also French is the kind of, French is the language that's spoken by the minority of people there, also a kind of like educated elite and the government, but Haitian Creole is the main language that's spoken by every person there. So we started on translating the play from French to Haitian Creole. We put on a performance of the play in Haiti in 2017, and from there we started improvising this film called Ouvertures that is basically part documentation of that translation process and the process of rehearsing and putting on the play, and then it kind of spirals off into an improvised fiction that talks about the way in which these people who are rehearsing the play start to become haunted by the characters that they're playing in the play. And also, what else can I say about it? I mean, both Olivier and I were very interested for some time about trying to develop a type of cinema that would not be entirely dependent on one single author. on one director necessarily, or one writer, and to try and work towards more collective methods of writing and storytelling. So that's why in 2017, when we went there to first start working on the translation of the play, we decided to do this through these collective workshops that we developed, and then that led into actually approaching similar collective methods of writing the script for the film and translating that into action. So in the end, the film we signed under the name of this group, the Living and the Dead Ensemble. And for us, we thought it was a more interesting approach to, you know, actually think about how we can continue to make films and cinema, you know, within countries like Haiti that are still actually, you know, suffering quite badly or in a particularly difficult moment because of the history of Europe, of the European colonial project.